everybody, and this is Notorious Bunny here, and this is the answer video to my true-false video. If you guys are super smart out there, you'll notice that this is actually, I'm making one huge video and then I'm going to cut it up into two videos, just so that I don't forget the questions that I said before, that were, you know, the statements that I said before, and just have to ramble on and remember what I said before. So if you haven't seen the first video, there's a link in the description to get back to that, so you should probably go watch that first. Otherwise this video might not make sense, or you could use this one to cheat, whatever you want to do. I won't speak for what type of person you are if you're gonna cheat. I'm just kidding. So here we go. That is true, everybody. The answer is red. Sure you were gonna guess blue, but nope, it's red. It was always red. I have a red car. I had a red cell phone. I always liked red. That is false. I'm just like everybody else with my baggage and all my issues. One being the alcoholic father I had, another being that my mother is a Jehovah's Witness, and a gossiping family, just like everybody else. So, sorry guys, I'm just like the rest of you. We're all broken inside. Just kidding. I have never broken a bone. That is the most false statement that I could probably think of. First, I broke my wrist. And when you break your wrist, it's not just one break. You guys look at your wrist and have your fist out like this. You know that little bump on the left side of your wrist? Right before your joint? That little bump on the outside of your wrist? That is called your ulnar process. I broke that clean off, and it slid down my arm underneath the skin. And also, if you don't know this, there are, if I'm counting correctly, 5 or 7, I don't remember exactly how many bones there are in your wrist. They're in here. They're just all separate from each other, floating around. I fractured a few of those as well. That's being my left wrist. And then 2 weeks into the healing process, I broke it again while it was in the cast still. So how cool is that? And then I went snowboarding once, and I fractured my tailbone, which, again, doctors will say a fracture is not a break is a break, and nope, a fracture is technically you broke the bone. It can't be fractured and not at least partially broken. People think broken and they think it's broken off, and that's not true. Hey, look at this really pretty lake. Everybody see that? I love this road. I really do. I do know Bruce Willis was dead at the end, blah blah blah. Way to ruin it for me. Thanks, Lonely Island.
Now I jizz in my pants.
I really believe they don't cause violent people, and I really do love my video games. That is true. I love a wide variety of video games. I'll play Zelda, Legend of Zelda, I'll play Fallout, I'll play anything from Square Enix, I'll play. Anything from I just recently beat the Walking Dead video game, not the one with Daryl. I do love all types of video games. I have a harder time with side scrollers. I'm not a huge fan of side scrollers, although I will admit to the occasional Mario, but not so much anymore. That is so false. I went deep sea fishing and I caught like the biggest fucking fish. I don't remember what the hell it was, but I remember it freaking out and swimming around, and it caught up everybody's lines. This boat that we went deep sea fishing on had like 30 people around the edge of the boat fishing, and I fucked everybody up. It was really funny. Do I really love New York? No. I love the roads. I love the weather half the time. Not even half the time. I really, when it comes to temperature, I'm such a wussy. I really don't like being cold. And actually, I always did love being on the back of a motorcycle. So I lied. I don't like being on the back of certain bikes. Like my boyfriend's current Buell Firebolt. I mentioned this in my first video, so I'm not going to go on about it. But it is uncomfortable to be on the back. Alright, ride safe, guys. Bye.